All right, welcome to another Stormgate cast with me, Algorithmore. This is going to be yet another one from the Alpha Navigators Cup Season 1 replay pack. I've just been picking out some replays that look like they might be good and trying to cast them. And this particular match is going to be a team kill between snoxtar here in the blue, Infernal, and as you know, I love the Infernal. I play Infernal, so all these casts are going to be Infernal casts. And we can see right now a dog coming in from the red albino who's playing the Vanguard. And these two both play for Team Aftermath. And that's a pretty active team in the Stormgate world right now. Got lots of interesting players on it and has even made some moves to pick up players from other teams that do not have active Stormgate teams at the moment. And I think this is just exciting, and I'm trying to follow it and just stay on top of that. Hopefully these Aftermath players are going to make some waves. And we see here the Hexen trying to scout this camp, and the dog just saying buzz off, and the Hexen teleporting back to her shrine, while we have here the cool Lancer creeping method that allows you to hit 4 at a time. And looks like maybe only getting 3 here at a time. And a couple dogs helping out. Meanwhile, on the other side, we've got 2 brutes coming out of Snoxtar, creeping the same health camp on his side of the map. Looks like it was a double vault opening, and we're prepping for an expand here. Back home for albino, we've just got the one base. It's pumping out dogs for the moment. We've got the one lancer to help out. I think that's common in some of these dog openings. The lancer's just a little more tanky. And what happened there? Okay, a little bug there in the replay, but it looks like this game's continuing with some more creeping at the vision camp here. And creeping at the energy camp up here for albino as well. Snoxtar doing the same thing, very similar patterns here. Trying to get that income from these creeps. The energy camp's not super useful. I guess this Hexen will be happy to have some energy regen. But these energy camps are most useful when you're a Celestial and you're massing up Argents and you want some regen on that Argent energy. Looks like Snoxtar is just going to keep pushing forward. Let's get that income. These camps here, of course, got some of the highest income rewards when you kill these creeps, but also give you some Therium over time, which is super useful. I think they give you 10 resources every 5 seconds. I might be off on that, but that is a super good income to have. And by resources, in this case, I meant Luminite, of course. That's a Luminite tower. And behind here, we have the ore tower. Now, we had that Hexen teleport home, and we have some fiends. Oh, just 2 ships passing in the night. Dog scouting this way, fiend scouting this way. Dog's gonna steal this tower. Looks like these dogs are on a tower stealing mission. These fiends also. I'll steal your tower. You steal my tower. You know, I'll get your ore tower, get your vision tower, take your energy tower, and get all your towers. Now, that energy tower is going to be useful, of course, once some med techs hit the field. Now, we don't have any yet. We've got exos hitting the field. And we've got albino just content to stay on one base here, while Snoxtar is basically bunkered up in his own base. Seeing that there's a sort of critical mass of dogs on the field, if you don't want to be susceptible to a dog run by, which can just devastate your mineral line, not to mention a number of your buildings in your base, this type of Sim City is starting to become kind of normal. For Infernal, this is pretty good. You got those big chunky brutes blocking the way. You got the we've got the farm down here, which is useful. These fell hogs are going to mess around with some of the pathing as well. And looks like we're going to get a little poke from the dogs and see how good is this wall that you've set up for me. Maybe I can get this ritual chamber, which of course is where the Gaunt upgrades and Hexing upgrades are going to be coming from. And it looks like Snoxtar is happy to just say, why don't you buzz off? I'll push you back. I've got enough brutes here that you're not going to want to fight right into me. And that's usually the best you can do at this stage for the Infernal. You can't push into that. They're just going to kite you. And wow, those dogs did fast work on that Shroud Stone. That Shroud Stone was just a little bit too forward. When he summoned it aggressively because he was in that good position, but those dogs do extra damage to it and they just melted it. And this was a pretty good pushback, killing almost all of the units except for these Exos, which of course with their kiting can stay alive for a long time. But they are not faster than Fiends, and we've got Gaunts that, well, these Gaunts are not quite with the Reaper's Rush yet, which is going to make them faster than the Exos, so the Exos are able to get away. And we got these Brutes coming up. Oh, nope, they say no thank you. Those Gaunts, they at least got some range. These Brutes would just melt against those Exos and some good micro. And I think we can count on Albino for having some good micro with his Exos. Okay, what else do we have going on here? We've got a third base coming up for Snoxtar. We do have the natural now taken by Albino. And a couple more racks going down. Looks like we're staying committed to the bio play here. These Exos coming back maybe to creep their health camp. These dogs chasing this poor little imp, but the imp does the old turn into a building trick. That's the old drone trick from that was, he canceled and then died. That's probably a misclick. Maybe one thing is those farms grow pretty fast, and if he did want to get the cancel and rebuild it, that might have been the reason why he sort of canceled it a little early. But yeah, well, okay, we're getting that exo ball up to kind of that dangerous number here. What do we have here? 8. I'd say 8 is getting close to that dangerous number. Once you're up around 12, they start to, really do a lot of damage to any kind of units that they can kite away from. We got this Fiend just trying to see, hey, how many bases you want. It looks like the third base just going down. Where we see Snoxtar's third base is already up and looks like populated with some imps. Now this ore is in such a complicated spot to really gather from. I usually put a extra shrine down. And looks like we're back into sort of that mid-game creep phase where you're trying to just recapture some of your camps. Maybe those camps that were giving you some of that income or that vision or that healing. All of these camps have some benefit that they give you that you might want to keep after the creeps renew. And of course the other thing is, the creeps give you more resources when you kill them the second and third and fourth time around. So you really start, these creeps that we see getting taken out right now by Snoxtar, they're always really good creeps to take out because they're valuable. And again, on the second, third time around, they're really starting to give you a lot of income. And now we see that dangerous little bio ball pushing into the third base of Snoxtar, and this is a dangerous little ball. We've got Snoxtar's army coming back on the right here, and it's quite a lot from Snoxtar too. But remember, as I mentioned, these bio balls, they're just going to be kiting. They're just going to be creeping. They're just move their way back, doing that damage, letting those Lancers tank those shots. And these miasma, really good miasma is coming down from Snoxtar to zone the units back. And he's doing great micro to pick up those channeling Hexens to make them able to and he's microing that Magmadon too. That's an impressive micro. You just need to have a lot of micro for the Infernal player in this kind of pushback. Not to downplay the micro that we're seeing from Albino as well. To keep pulling his units back, keep pulling them out of those miasmas. Don't let them stand in there. Don't let them fight in there. And now we see him pushing through the miasma. And that's not a miasma, that's one of those Nightfall Infestation, I want to call it. Hopefully I said that right. Which just infests units. It doesn't come with the extra damage. And we see those Exos now just target firing down those Hexen, which really removes that threat of the miasma. Again, they have to channel to cast the miasma, so if you kill them while they're channeling, then the miasma goes away, or if you stun them as well. And this, this is what I do sometimes. If I'm being chased down like that, I'll just turn around and let one of my units fight. Say, we'll fight the one unit. Hopefully that'll buy time for the other units to get back. But this army is only Hexen. And the Hexen are really dangerous, but not if they don't have a front line to protect them. And we see them just getting picked off by these Exos. And we've got those Medtechs there as well, keeping those Exos healthy, as well as those Lancers. Again, this is a good little composition, bio composition for Vanguard and for Albino. Because, well, they just synergize really, really well together. I think this is one unit comp that has been designed well for synergy. Almost too well. If you're an Infernal player, you're definitely going to have trouble dealing with this. But he's also done a good job of sort of keeping his units in the right ball, which is to say, ooh, nice try there, which is to keep the Medtechs and the Lancers in front of your Exos. Those Medtechs are actually surprisingly tanky. I mean, maybe not too surprisingly. Look at those big old mech bodies they got on them. But they are quite tanky and do a good job frontlining for your Exos as well. And this little ball moving back and forth, getting some really nice kills on the Infernal here. Ooh, that was a misclick. I think he just shot his own Lancer. Again, this sort of skirmish battle here, trying to maybe catch them in one of those miasmas, which can really turn the tide if you get a good one. If they end up fighting it, oh, and here they are pushing through the miasma, trying to get some kills on those Hexens, although not targeting that one down, and that's it. Looks like Snoxtar has decided that bile is enough. So thanks a lot for watching, and stay tuned for some more Stormgate content.